Hello everyone, it is I, Dabos, and today we're going to be going over a bit of a guide for new players in New World. These tips aren't going to be anything groundbreaking, but they're definitely helpful and are some less talked about tips, so without further ado, let's get into it. Step 1 is to get off the beach. If you're anything like me, this is where you're going to spend way too much time killing extra enemies, looting, gathering, everything except moving along quickly. You're going to want to get the extra XP, loot, and items, but I promise you, just go straight from point A to point B with these quests, and getting into the settlements is your best bet, trust me. Next, once you're actually in the settlements, now grab all the quests. Go to the town board, go around and find all the quests you can get and grab them all. This is not only going to help you get XP and items, but Azoth. Azoth is the fast travel currency of New World, and you're going to want to max this out as soon as you can so you can get around as quickly as possible from the shrines to the actual city to turn in these quests. Find a trade skill you like and stick to it. You can definitely work on multiple gathering skills at once, and I actually recommend getting them all to about level 50 before you start heavily focusing on one of them, but find a crafting skill that you like, weaponsmithing, engineering for example, and focus that skill. Choose one that synergizes well with your weapon selection, so if you're bow heavy, then focus on your engineering. If you're sword and shield side, focus on weaponsmithing, arcane for magic, and etc. This is going to ensure that you're leveling a skill that will help you in the long run when it comes to crafting, since crafting is 100% the best way to get the best gear. Do faction missions regularly. Faction missions are not only going to help you level in your faction, which is still really going to be important whether or not you do any PvP, but the faction store is actually a really good way to get some helpful and good gear at the start of the game. You can also buy various runes of holding, and these are going to be used to craft bigger bags, which you're really going to want as you get higher in level with your trade skills and level in general. Most importantly, doing 3 faction missions daily is going to give you a big XP boost, so these are going to be well worth your time, especially early game. Don't waste your money on a cheap house early on. It's really easy to get sucked into the housing market in New World, trust me. But one of the biggest mistakes is spending your hard-earned gold on the cheapest house you can find. Cheap houses can hold less chests, which means less storage, items, and when you finally want to upgrade your home, you're going to have to sell it and you're going to get nothing back. So as hard as it may be, wait until you have enough coins saved up for the big house, especially because you're going to have that first-time housing discount, which I think is 50% off, so it's well worth holding on to. Finally, the last tip is just have fun. This is a simple and probably overused tip, but it really does speak volumes. This is an MMO, it's a role-playing game. If you want to use a loadout that makes no sense, then you go right ahead. If it's fun to you, then do it. If you want to use 2 weapons that don't scale at all together, go ahead. At the end of the day, it's your choices that are going to create your adventure, and New World is very much a create your own story game in my opinion, so get out there, have fun, be a chef, be a sword and bow user, do whatever you want, and have fun. Get out there, save Aeternum, like, sub, and have a wonderful day. I'll see all you guys in the next one.